welcome back to the Mafuba Jar. We've been sealed away for another awesome video. And today, guys, we're going to be going over the recent Eratta / ban list that we got for DBS. And, oh boy, this one is pretty nuts. So we've gotten 4 new ban cards and 1 Eratta card. And, again, they're just things that have got me going, what? Alright, so I've got the list right here. Gonna go ahead and just go over it and why I think they might have banned them, because some of them honestly don't make any sense to me. Starting with this one right here. Objection is going to be banned. Now all this stuff takes place when Set 9 comes out, which is just in a couple of weeks. I didn't really understand Objection too much because not a whole lot of decks were even playing this card anymore. The only major deck that I could think of that the recent list still had Objection for was anything that revolved around the 7-drop Gogeta. It's really the only thing I could think of, and I suppose you could also use it in Android 21, but some of the more recent decks that's hopped with that, I didn't even see Objection in it. But it could be with all the new stuff with Set 9, especially with the Universe 7 stuff. So, I could kind of see Objection. Because we already have a lot of ramping cards that they're trying to promote, like the Android 16, Android 21, and so on, so on. So, Objection, that's what I could kind of see. It's a little bit of a stretch in my personal opinion, but I do kind of understand. Now, the next one here, I understand even less. Is the Unyielding Spirit Trunks, because for those of you who do know or don't know, he was put to 1 quite some time ago, and he's been at 1 for a very long time, and now they just decided to ban him altogether. Now for this one, even less decks were playing this card. Sorry, I got something in my eye. There were very few topping decks here and there that were playing the Trunks, but not too many of them. Now, any reasons I can think of for this is, because like I know Bandai has their own explanations as to why they did it, but sometimes they don't make the most sense. The only thing I'm thinking of is because of the fact that we have that Beerus super combo that could restand energy during your opponent's turn. So having a card that you could both restand during both your turn and your opponent's turn, I guess that's a little bit insane because both of them are free combos that you could do that with. So, by that logic, I kinda get it. That would really be the only reason I could think of with that. Now, these next 2 cards, I do kind of understand why they were going because of what they're trying to promote in Set 9. So the next 2 cards are the Black Tien Shinha Returning Fire and the Black Mercenary Tao Ruthless Trainer. Now, these were pretty staple side deck cards against lots of different matchups. Mercenary Tao pretty much shut down any hand destruction deck by making your opponent send 3 to the warp if you were forced to send 1. And the Ten Shinha made sure that you couldn't untap any of your energy unless it was Awakening, I believe. Yeah, I think Awaken was the only way you were able to restand energy. So both of them reduced their cost to 1. For Ten Shinha, if your opponent's leader was red or blue, and for the Mercenary Tao, if your leader was green or yellow. So, again, with what they're trying to promote in Set 9, those 2 kind of shut those down completely. So, and people would be kind of scared to try it out with those cards around. So, those 2 are a bit more understandable for why they got hit. Because, yeah, they did help balance the stuff out, but from a company standpoint, from Bandai, if they're trying to promote this kind of stuff, those cards around are not going to help really whatsoever. So those I'm way more understanding as to why they got banned. Not for too much playability reasons, even though it might say playability reasons on the websites. I think it was more of a business decision, but it wasn't a bad business decision. So I do get that a little bit more. So that does it for the banned stuff. Now we have our Eratta card. I need a minute for this one. Anyone who played this leader knew something was going to come eventually, just because it has the same problem as Super Saiyan 3. which is that it's never not going to be relevant. And that's going to be the Broly Awakened Threat. It was originally a promo from the Broly movie packs, and then we got reprinted later on in its own magnificent collection deck. So, as someone who loved that card myself, and anyone else who did play that card a lot, we knew something was going to happen to that leader eventually. Because as I said, like it suffered a lot of the same stuff that the original Super Saiyan 3 had, to where there was basically nothing you couldn't do with this. And it discourages a lot of trying out new leaders, because that leader right there just made so many decks so much better than the leaders that were originally intended to go with it. The biggest version of this deck was, of course, the Height of Mastery, but there was really nothing you couldn't do with it. There was almost nothing you couldn't do with it. Plus the fact that it was a Frieza's army, so it gave you access to Cold Bloodlust and anything Frieza's army that you wanted to put in there, plus whatever. But let me just tell you the Eratta. I'm prolonging it, because I'm personally not too happy about it. So its new Eratta states that it's activate main once per turn. You choose one card from your life, add it to your hand. You get to choose this card or up to one of your Broly BR cards and switch it to active mode. I personally would have rather just been banned. Like, that is doing this leader so dirty to me, in my personal opinion. Like, if it's banned, at least it went down with dignity, because I personally thought that's what was going to happen to it. I thought this leader was eventually going to get banned. I love this leader so much, but I was bracing myself for it. It was just, it's coming. It's coming eventually. But this Eratta, I feel like it's disrespectful to the card. Like, let it go down with dignity. Not to mention, I have a whole thing with Eratas when it comes to this game, because they never reprint the cards with the Eratta text. So for anyone new getting into the game, that's very difficult to keep track of. Like, if they would just reprint the cards with the new Eratta text, I don't think Eratas would be anywhere near as bad. But for that reason, that's the biggest reason why Eratas are the most complained thing about when it comes to this game. It's either don't make them so powerful, or if they are powerful, just respect them and ban them. Because I personally think that's what should have been done. Like, at least, again, I can't stress it enough that had it been banned, at least the card would have went out with dignity. But like this, I don't want to say it's unplayable now, but it severely limits you to the Broly BR stuff that comes with it, which I think is what, I'm pretty sure is what they were intending on. Because they wanted that leader to go with that Broly deck specifically. Because how it was before is that you took a life added to your hand, and you get to restock any of your rest mode cards into active mode, whether it be the leader, a battle card, field card, energy. It could have been anything. Which, that was the biggest reason why the card was so good. The fact that it could restand anything by just taking a life. So, again, I'm not too happy about it, but we knew something was coming with that leader for a very long time. I'm actually surprised. I'm a little bit surprised they waited this long to do it. I figured when the Height of Mastery version was flooding tops at regionals, I figured that's when they would have done it. But they waited a while longer. What can you do? So guys, I hope you enjoyed this informative video about the newest changes to the lists. And just so you guys are aware of them, and also go ahead and check out the official Dragon Ball Super website, where they do give their official reasonings down below. But a lot of people don't always agree with those reasonings, so I tried giving a little bit of my own reasoning behind it. But they do have official statements with that as well, if you're interested in checking those out. Alright guys, so if you enjoyed this video here today, be sure to smash the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, like and comment down below. And with that, everybody, I hope you all have a fantastic day. See you guys around, and you've all been released.